Welcome friends. Today I'm going to discuss about the Spring Boot AOP with the logger. Okay. To do that, for Spring Boot, make it simplified. I have to add pom.xml. Okay. So let me show it one by one. So here in pom.xml, I have introduced Spring Boot Starter AOP. Okay. That is the first thing. And in the main entry point, I have added enable aspect J auto proxy and proxy target class is equal to true. Okay, this is the second thing. And before implementing any aspect or AOP, right? So let me create one class. So here I have created, it's not that, it's a configuration. Okay, I have created one controller, so employee EOP controller. And what I have done here, I have simple request mapping. It's also the get mapping, and in the get mapping I have like add employee, okay, with two argument, name and employee ID, okay, and the removing with that employee ID, okay. And in the service, what I have added, that create employee service, create employee and delete employee. Here what I have done, I have just creating mock object. So instead of saving in data in the database, so I have just imagined that data has been saved into the database and finally I'll get that object. So you can use the JPA repository and the DAO layer. So I have done, it's a just kind of hard coding. Okay, it's not mock, it's a kind of hard coding. So my expectation is, if I invoke this create employee function, then before after then logging will be throwing, right? Here I have not written any log. Okay, so when this method will be invoked, I will get the log. Okay, it's log means it's not only that system out.println, it's a I will get in the file, log file. Okay, so to do that, what I have to do, in application.properties, I have just introduced logger.level.root.info and logger.file. I have just write app-ruby.log. Okay, so you will find that here that app-ruby.log has been generated, and in the proxy itself I have been taken care here. Okay, so for proxy, what you need to do, you have to use @aspect, and it is also component. Okay, @component, so it's the aspect, and here @before, okay, and @after. That @before means before the method getting invoked. Okay, so before create employee getting invoked. Okay, and after this function has been invoked. So is the first target is for this create employee. So this having two argument. Okay, so I have to give the method, so I have not specified the specific method name, I have just give the argument, and just any method. Okay, so I have make that hard coded section here. So enter package dot employee EOP service dot star, okay, within bracket dot dot, and argument name employee ID. Okay, so this one I have mentioned here. And the logger, what I have done is that like SLF4J, which is provided by the Spring Boot, I have used, and logger factory also. So logger.info. So whatever I have written here, so it will be captured the name and employee ID, and it will be written in the app.ruby.log where I have mentioned. And these two class, so before after, so this before function and after function, where that two argument, name and employee ID, and for the delete operation I have added this before. So because how will I identify it? This only employee ID. Here you will find that only employee ID here in that case. So by argument I can identify that which function is here. So it can be multiple function, I can get it right. And a simple Spring Swagger I have also implemented here. So that's simple Swagger. Okay. And now since it's a 9300 I have mentioned here. So here I have 9300 and employee. So this is the employee AOP, and here I can create, say, Rabi 45678. Okay, so let me check. So it's successfully done. So 200, and now check the which section. In the console section it is showing that it has been create employee as well as Rabi. Okay, so first that employee service has been invoked. You see, employee service AOP service has been invoked. Okay, and also you can invoke the delete employee. So 45678, right? So I can make it the another function, that 45678. Okay, so let me copy that one and delete. I can check it here also. So it's a delete operation. Okay, employee removed, and also check that it's also removing. So create employee successfully created. So before operation create, after create operation, and before remove operation. Okay, so and also I can use the after throwing, that if there is any, like say, employee not found exceptions, then in that case exception arise after throwing or after returning, right? So this way I can manage it. Okay, and what I'm going to do here, app dot log. Okay, so I can do two way. uh, let me check where it is. I can directly go to the log section. Okay, so go to the log section. So Spring Swagger app Ruby, and you see here you also creating employee with name, successfully creating and removing. So it has been captured both as in a logger as well as in the console itself. Okay, it's a no system out.println, and there is no logger here inside the service. It has been written in the AOP. So AOP is functionality is going to take care. Okay, hope you have enjoyed it, and here is the thing what I have implemented here. So it's the quick summary here. So in the POM I have introduced Spring Boot Starter AOP and one model object employee AOP, and the main functions I have mentioned here: enable aspect J auto proxy, and the controller itself, it's self-explanatory. And service, from controller I have invoked the service, one create employee and the delete employee. Okay, and the config is the Swagger. Okay, and at the rate aspect. Okay, here as I have already mentioned, so this function has been invoked for before and after, and this function delete function only before I have. And Swagger I have, if I use Piyush, it will capture as a Piyush. If I use Rabi and the ID, it will be captured here accordingly. Okay, and since it's the 9300, I have to use localhost 9300. Okay, thank you very much.